Do you ever feel at the mercy of the events that are happening in your life? Like circumstances come in and it has to be good or bad or right or wrong, and it's almost this experience of being driven and tossed by the sea. It's like you're just hoping that the challenging circumstances don't come in and overwhelm you. If that is you, you're so not alone. So many of us feel that, experience that, and I want to give you a tool in this series that we're doing all about finding joy in your journey. I want to give you a tool that's going to support you in being able to be at peace no matter what circumstances come at us. This is something that I am in the process of learning and growing in, but so supportive. And we're going to have a little story time today with Tally. Welcome to Coaching with Tally, by the way. My name is Tally, and I'm a life and personal development coach. I work with leaders to create lives of overflowing impact in the world that are centered in a place of joy. All about getting you aligned to who it is you most truly are, get you firing on all cylinders, and get you creating a life that you love living so that you can enjoy your life deeply, so that you can be in overflow and have a beautiful impact on the world and on people around you. So today, in a series all about joy in the journey, finding joy in the journey that we're in, having it not be so much about getting to a destination and driving toward that, but really deeply enjoying the moments that you're in. So we've been talking about things like being present. Today we're talking about the power of interpretation. So we have the ability to frame anything that comes into our life through whatever interpretation we choose. We are, as humans, we are meaning makers. That is part of the way that our brain is wired, to put meaning to things, to attach meaning to things, to interpret, what does this mean? And often we categorize things in either like, this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong. And we can feel victim to the things that are challenging and then feel like, okay, everything's all right when things are good, and trying to hold on and grasp and protect to be able to stay in that space. But really, if we can get ourselves into this place that no matter what happens, life is happening for me, and being able to just be more neutral about whatever it is that comes into life, knowing that there are going to be blessings in it, knowing that life is going to have challenges, and being able to just be at peace in all situations, super helpful. I want to tell you a story today it's a beautiful story. So let me see if there's anything else I wanted to share with you first. So just knowing that the process by which we assign meaning to an event or circumstance, it happens so quickly and with no space between stimulus and the response, and it's easy to make the mistake to get into this place where we put judgment on it. So I'm going to tell you a story that I think will be really supportive. This has been a really supportive experience for me. This has been a key part of me learning this principle. So I don't know if you've heard this story before, but it is the old man and the white horse. So if you've heard it before, just sit back and enjoy. If you've never heard it, powerful story in our framing and our having interpretations for things that end up often not supporting us. Either we're trying to protect what we do have, or we're seeing life as this thing happening to us, and it's a curse, it's a mishap, whatever it is in ours. So being able to be neutral about it, just see how this old man handles life and see what you can learn from this beautiful story. So there is an old man, and he has this beautiful white horse. He lives in a village, and he's really poor, but he has a son. He has this horse that he just loves, and he's really just happy. He's a happy human. He's enjoying life. The old man chooses to keep in the stable this white horse, and it's actually worth a lot of money. And he has people that travel through the town that are like, oh, I love your horse. I want to buy it from you. I'll offer you 3 months' wages. He turns it down. He's like, the horse is my friend. How can I sell it? Another man comes in and is like, I love your horse. I want to buy your horse. These noblemen, 6 months' wages. There are all these offers for this horse, and he always turns it down. And his neighbors are like, you are crazy. You have no money. This could set you up for life, and you keep turning it down. What is, this horse could be stolen or die, and then you'll have nothing. What are you doing? And they judge him as being, really not wise. And he's just like, I love the horse. I want to keep the horse. Who are you to say whether it's a blessing or a curse? This is just what I choose. So let me just read it to you. That's going to be better than me trying to tell you the story. So the man's response is Okay, so the horse gets stolen is the next part of the story. So the man's neighbors were right all along, and they rushed to tell the man, "See, you're cursed. The horse is stolen. What we said has come to pass, and now, you've lost everything." And the man's response is profound. He says, "Don't speak too quickly. Say only that the horse is not in the stable. This is all we know. The rest is judgment. If I've been cursed or not, how can you know? How can you judge that?" And people were offended with the man and said, "How can you say this? It's clear that you're cursed, no matter whatever your perspective might be. Like, this horse that you loved, that you could have gotten something for, is gone, and how can you say you're not cursed?" So the old man spoke again. "All we know is that the stable is empty and the horse is gone. The rest I do not know. Whether it is a curse or a blessing, I can't say. All we can see is a fragment. All we can see is a fragment. Who can say what will come next?" What a fool, the neighbors thought. After several days, the horse returned. He'd not been stolen. He ran away. And on his return, he brought with him a dozen wild mares. Now the neighbors had to come out and tell the man that he was right all along. And in fact, he is a blessed man, because now he has a whole herd of horses. The man responds again. "Once again, you go too far. Say only that the horse is back. State only that a dozen horses returned with him. But do not judge. How do you know if it is a blessing or not? You see only a fragment. Unless you know the whole story, who can judge? Now you read a page of the book. How can you judge the whole book? You read only one word of one phrase. How can you understand the entire phrase?" The man's neighbors found him hard to argue with. "Maybe he's right," they said. But deep down, they knew the man was wrong. He had one horse, and now he has 13. How can he say he isn't blessed? The old man had a son, his only child, and the son went to breaking these wild horses. One of them flung him off, and on landing, he broke both of his legs. The neighbors were awestruck with the man's wisdom. He was right, and they were wrong, they thought. The old man, being too old to do much on the farm, no longer had his son to work the land. With no one tending the farm, he would likely lose his income. Not long after this, war broke out in the old man's country, and all the young men were called to serve the army, who would most likely perish, leaving many fathers without their sons. This was true for the old man's neighbors, who had sons who were never to return home. They went to the old man weeping, "You were right and we were wrong. Your son's accident is a blessing. While his legs are broken, you will have many more years with him," they said. "We will not. Our sons are gone. You are blessed and we are cursed." The old man responded once again, "It is impossible to talk with you. You always draw conclusions. No one knows. Say only this. Your sons had gone to war and mine did not. No one knows if this is a blessing or a curse. No one is wise enough to know. Only God knows." And so trusting the process, whatever comes, is really so key to living life in a place of peace, being able to enjoy the journey of your life, being able to not be on this roller coaster ride of things are good, things are bad, things are good, based on circumstances that happen to us. If we can just take life however it comes and know that the process as a whole is good, that there is a greater force working for you, that everything can be used for your good in the end, and just being able to be neutral with whatever it is that comes, knowing and having a peace that the journey is the journey and you are not alone in the journey, that you are loved, that there are good things that can come out of anything that happens, and just being able to not be quick to label things good or bad or right or wrong, just be able to flow with life as it comes, be able to enjoy the journey, be able to grow and learn from everything that comes, and be able to just, in essence, trust the process of this life. So hopefully that is supportive for you. I want you to think about, as just an activation, I like to give you guys something practical to apply this to. So think about one thing in your life that you've been labeling as wrong or negative or bad or this huge challenge or curse, like the story would call it. Think about one area of life right now that's going on for you. Maybe it's happening to you or someone that you love. And ask yourself the question, how could I shift my interpretation of this from being something that is wrong to being something that is at least neutral? Like, and if you can go even further with it, a lot of times I'll ask the question, how is this perfectly designed to give me a gift that I wouldn't otherwise have? How is this situation perfectly designed to give me a gift? What is it that I can learn from it? How can I grow? What new perspective do I have that I wouldn't have had otherwise? So being able to take something you are labeling as a negative and be able to just be able to give it over, be able to come into this place of peace with it. It's so powerful. This is such a powerful tool to have on board and in life, because then no matter what comes at you, whatever it is that happens, you can just know, you can trust that everything is going to work out. Everything is going to be okay. I'm either going to grow from it, I'm going to learn from it, you know, I'm going to get better from it. There will always be some gift in it for you. So just being able to get to this place where we don't label things as wrong or negative or bad, even if they're challenging, being able to see that everything can be worked for our good, be able to see really we just don't have to put these meanings attached to it that create a lot of stress and angst. And like, I've been through so many of those now and been able to come into this place where I can see the good in it, even in the midst of it, even when it's like, this is so hard, that now a lot of times when challenging things come, I'm so much, it's so much quicker for me to get to a place of like, okay, there's going to be something good in this. I remember getting rear-ended. This was, I don't know, a few years ago. I had just gotten a new car, like within the month, and somebody rear-ended me, and I was like, oh, like what the heck? And within like a couple of minutes, I just had this sense from God saying, trust me, I'm going to use this for your good. And there were so many beautiful things that came out of that for me. So many gifts that I look back now and I'm so grateful that that happened. I'm actually so grateful that that happened. There were people that I wouldn't have met. There were miracles that happened, healing in people's bodies that happened that were like wouldn't have happened. Just so many beautiful things. So many beautiful things and gifts to me. So I am learning. It's definitely still in the process, but when challenging things happen, it's like, I wonder what the gift is going to be in this for me. So hopefully that supports you. You guys, we're going to be in this series all about finding joy in the journey for the next, I don't know how long, week or so maybe. So tune in every day, 1 o'clock on Leaders Alive with Tally Facebook page. I'll be going live and we'll be leaning into more strategies, more things that you can do, more mindset that you can come into around creating this life of joy and having joy in the journey, having joy in the process, and not needing to wait till you get to a certain place. Not needing, just lost my little story thing. I had it on there. Not needing to wait until you get to a place where circumstances are all lined up and feel okay. Not needing to get to a place where you feel in control. There's so many things that if we can gear into just being in the process, finding trust in the process, finding joy in the journey, being able to be present to the moments that we're in, it's going to support having a life that you love living. So tune in. We will be back every day. Blessings. If you haven't heard it yet today, you're an incredible gift. Who you've been made to be is such a gift to the world. You are needed and you are loved. Have a beautiful day. Blessings.